Today's video was requested by one of my patrons, David Walsh, so thank you, David. He wants to know more about the Kage Warriors, who were introduced in the Clone Wars episode Bounty. Even in Legends, they haven't been explored much, but today I'll go through everything we currently know about them. The Kage people were a near-human species from Quarzite, a small planet located in the Inner Rim. Quarzite's surface was uninhabitable thanks to high atmospheric pressure, but it had crystal caves underground that could support life, and that's where both the Kage and Belugan species lived. Led by a tyrant named Lord Otua Blank, the Belugans were not involved in the Clone Wars because they were constantly fighting against the Kage Warriors. While the Belugans had wealth, technology, and numbers on their side, the Kage pushed themselves to peak physical excellence. They were known to be tireless, elite fighters, both nimble and stealthy. They were equally capable in electro sword and hand-to-hand combat. They often rode large centipede-like creatures called Mylodons to keep up with the subtrams that supplied Belugan strongholds, and that's the backdrop for their first appearance in Bounty. That episode shows Kage Warriors fighting against Boba Fett, Asajj Ventress, and more bounty hunters to rescue Pluma, a Kage girl who was kidnapped to be Lord Blank's wife. Although they're set up as the antagonists of the story, they turn out to be noble in their purpose, and Asajj ultimately decides to help them rather than continue her mission. While the Belugans chose to remain neutral during the Clone Wars, some Kage Warriors actively participated by siding with the Confederacy of Independent Systems. This is speculation on my part, but I could see them opposing the Republic for allowing their planet to be ruled by a dictator who wanted to kidnap and marry young girls. Near the end of the Clone Wars, as seen in the Kanan comics, Rackham Seer infiltrated the Jedi Temple and attacked with a number of explosives until he was stopped by young Caleb Dume and his master Depa Billaba. Shortly after, the two encountered Coburn Seer, Rackham's brother, on Megiddo. He fought alongside General Grievous, attacking Dume with a flamethrower, but the Padawan cut him down. 19 years later, 3 Kage Warriors could be seen opposing the Galactic Empire. That's not surprising considering their history with tyrannical leaders. After the events of Rogue One and A New Hope, the book Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad shows a family of warriors joining Lux Bonteri and the Dreamers, which sounds like a great name for a band but was actually one of the final remnants of Saw Gerrera's partisans. By the end of the book, they were all killed either on missions or by Inferno Squad, whose job it was to infiltrate and eliminate the group. As of right now, that's all we've seen of the Kage people. Jumping into my own thoughts again, I see them as a group that won't stand for oppression after having lived under the rule of Lord Blank and who knows how many rulers before him. Fighting on the side of the Separatists makes plenty of sense to me, not only because the Republic never provided them any aid, but also because they may have seen Palpatine's power creep over the years. And of course, the rebellion would have attracted Kage Warriors who would have most certainly opposed the rule of the Galactic Empire. But Rackham Seer shows us their less noble side, a terrorist attack on a building full of, sure, Jedi Knights, but also younglings. They definitely seem to be the kind of people who are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals, and that makes them a perfect fit for Saw Gerrera's partisans and the Dreamers after that. Unfortunately, that's all we can currently say about the Kage Warriors, but hopefully we haven't seen the last of them. Thanks again, David, for your request, and if you guys have any other species or cultures you'd like to see me cover, leave them in the comments, and check out this playlist to see what I've already done. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.